Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we will continue to chat with Linus, a certified financial planner with more than 10 years of experience in the financial service industry. Thank you so much again, Linus, for sharing your expertise.
Pleasure.
It is November already, and I'm sure people are starting to reviewing their financial goals for the year and start to think about putting money into retirement savings plan, for example. So how do I determine how much money I need for retirement?
It's a very good question. A question without answer that if you don't know what you want to have in retirement, the quickest way to determine is what kind of lifestyle you want to maintain in retirement. Do you want to have the same lifestyle as now? Then probably you want to make sure you have the ability to spend the same money as of now, or will you want an upgrade, or would you want to live a little bit easier? So, and that depends on really how much that you need to spend. So for example, if you have an upgrade, then you kind of need to know what kind of retirement income that you will receive. That is, for example, part of government benefits. Will you receive OH security, OAS, or how much CPP that you will get? Because they have different criteria to qualify for those.
Right.
And for CPP, I think it's very good to obtain a CPP statement from CRA. I think when you are getting to age of 60, you can request a copy, and then they will list the years of your work, how much CPP contribution you have made, and the best part is they will give you estimate of the CPP amount for the age 60, 65, and 67.
I see.
So you have a really, really good idea about the income from the government when you retire. Then you want to look at if your work provides any pension plan. Is it defined benefit or defined contribution? If it's defined benefit, it's kind of like guaranteed. If it's a defined contribution, it's the risk that you share with your employer. So it's not much different from managing your own investment portfolio.
Right.
And last part I would suggest is to look at what kind of other retirement income that you will have. For example, investment income or rental income, because that will chip in and help you with your retirement funding.
I see. How often should I update my financial plan?
Wow, I would say at least once a year, sit down with your financial planner or with a professional to go over the numbers and see if you are on track. If you are a little bit behind, do you need to increase the contribution, or do you need to change to a different risk level or profile? Because the market changes every year,
Right.
so as our lifestyle and preferences. So it's good to have at least once a year to make sure everything is on track. It's kind of like a body check. You want to make it regular.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think average time Canadians spend on looking at their numbers, retirement planning, is only 1 hour in a year. And people
Wow.
spend more than 170 hours in the year to pick up the jazz for the day. So, yeah.
Interesting. So it's very important to update your financial plan and review your financial goals regularly. So for anyone who may be interested, I've included Linus' information in this video. So when it comes to retirement savings, should I invest in TFSA or RRSP?
Good question. Depending on your goal. Again, younger people, for example, if you want to buy a house, then and if you're in the working class, it makes sense to do RSP first, because you can do it. You can take out money from RSP for house down payment through the home buyers plan. You can take out up to 35,000, but you need to have the money put in there first. And the room doesn't come easy because it's 18% of the income that you make from
Right.
previous year. The room is only one-time use, so use it wisely. And if you also want to pursue further education, you can also do RSP. You can take out money from the RSP through lifelong learning plan.
Right.
Depending on the program, you can take out up to 20,000, and you have 10 years to pay back. And by the way, home buyers plan, you have 15 years to pay back as well.
I see. So if I have sufficient money to contribute to both TFSA and RRSP, should I do it? Or is that again a question that depends on the person's personal situation?
Yeah, RSP, the other option of it is for long-term goal. That is for sure for your retirement. And you're right, depending on the person as well. So, for example, if we take a look at the income tax bracket, If for working class, you usually have a higher income tax bracket for the time that you're working compared to your retirement. So RSP would make the most sense because in your retirement, your income could drop one or maybe even two or even more income tax brackets. So your contribution will get you a bigger cash injection. And if you use the cash injection wisely, then you will have even a better retirement life.
Right.
So you were saving at a higher tax rate, but when you retire, you're paying a lower tax rate. So RSP will make the most sense here. TFSA is a very good tool as well. Unlike RSP, TFSA contribution room does not fluctuate with your income. It's a set room assigned from the government. So and the TFSA income is not considered as your income. So there's no income tax. That means you need to make sure your money grow in the TFSA for as long as possible. And due to the room that you can recontribute, basically, for example, if you take out money from a TFSA this year, by next year you can contribute the amount of the redemption you had plus the new year's limit.
Right.
Because it's reusable, it's not like RSP you can only use like once. Because it's reusable, TFSA actually fit in lots of different prospects. For example, you can use it for short term, medium term, or even longer term.
I see. It's more flexible that way.
It is more flexible, but it doesn't give you any immediate tax return or cash flow injection. You will only recognize the gain if you give it long enough term grow in the investment.
I see. Thank you so much again, Linus, for sharing your expertise. I learned a lot. For anyone who's interested in talking with Linus, I've included his information in this video and also in the description. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Thank you.